Welcome back to the Transform Your Mind to Transform Your Life, the podcast. You're listening to Author's Corner, where we highlight and showcase local authors. Today, I am speaking to Unaya, author of Unbroken, a story of resilience and redemption. Welcome, Unaya.
Hi, Myrna.
Yes, right. I am so happy that you're on the show. You've written a great book. I love the title of it, Unbroken. It says that regardless of what life throws at you, you are gonna have resilience and you are going to keep getting up. I love it. All right, guys. So let me give you guys a book summary. In the book Unbroken, the author follows the journey of a woman's strength and resilience as she navigates through the tumultuous waters of love, loss, and rebuilding. From finding the love of her life to ended up devastated and stuck in a cycle of abuse, this is the journey of a single mother who gains newfound strength despite her setbacks. Despite what happens to her, she gets back up again and strives to become the best version of herself. This compelling narrative will remind you that even in your darkest moments, there is always the possibility of finding light and hope anew. Such a powerful message, because you know something, when you're down and when you're in the darkness, you don't believe that there's ever going to be light. One of the scriptures that I always remember is it says that joy comes in the morning. So yes, you have practiced resilience, never be broken, never be down for the count. And yes, this is a book that will remind you that, yes, resilience and redemption is important. So Anya, Unaya, I told you I have a problem with saying your name. It just looks like Anya. Unaya, your book, Unbroken, a story of resilience and redemption, delves into personal struggles and triumphs. Can you share with us the pivotal moments in your life that inspired you to write this book?
Yes. So, honestly, I started writing this book in between the lines of getting over postpartum and trying to find myself again. Um, I was in the process of trying to feel pretty again. My baby was only a few months old. I want to say about 4 months. She was about 4 months. We were living with my dad at the time. I did find myself at night crying. She would be sleeping and I would be sitting there crying, and something just dawned upon me. You want to talk to somebody, because I always felt like during that time, nobody really understood me or what I was going through. To certain people, or most people that I wanted to talk to, was just like, it's okay, brush it off. And that wasn't the solution for me. So I would say in between the lines of postpartum and trying to find myself again, I locked myself in a room and I just wrote down all my feelings, and I looked at it as if it was a diary. I felt like I needed to pour my heart and feelings into it. And that's how Unbroken came about.
I love it. That is great. Because they say that journaling and being a diary and feeling that you can talk to someone, whether it be God or whether, to yourself or whatever. So that's amazing. And you know something? The fact that you use the personal feelings of despair and you put it down on paper, I am sure that this is a very, very good read, because there's nothing better than letting someone into your soul. So that is pretty good. That's pretty good. So you also talk about resilience and redemption. How did your story of postpartum depression, and from the intro to the book, I'm pretty sure that there is some a cycle of abuse, and you were heartbroken. That's why you were crying. So how did how did it go from you writing down, your feelings while you were crying to resilience and redemption?
So So it went from me crying to writing down my feelings to resilience and redemption because I, like I was saying before, I was staying with my dad at the time. And I was trying to get back on my feet. And between him, between my sister with the Bible, it was just kind of like, hey, you got to get up. You got a baby now. I understand things are tough. We're going to work with you here. You're my daughter. You're my sister. You're a child of God. We love you. So we're going to work with you. We're going to walk you through it. We're going to help you to see light because right now you're stuck in this dark, gloomy room, and that's not what it is. You want a happy child, not the child to feel the sadness of what you felt. So in order for her to do that, if the dad's not here, you're the mom. So you have to get up and you have to do it. So I started taking steps to eating again because at a point in time, I would not eat. I would not drink anything. I would just take a shower, take care of the baby. So I started back eating. I would take walks. I would get out. I would read the Bible. I would go to church, whether it was to my dad's mosque church a few times here and there, or whether it was online, or whether it was with my sister, or whether I did it from home. And as I got more into it, I just kind of, found myself finding me again.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good journey. That's a good journey. Yes. Find you again, reading the word, feeling hope. Because when we're down, we always feel that there's no hope. So I love the fact that you said, you started eating and bringing some joy back and bringing some hope back. Yeah. And yeah, that is a great journey of resilience. And the redemption comes from, yes, I'm getting my life back. I'm becoming me again. It's not so much that I got to look after this baby, but I got to look after me. I got to get my thoughts right. And that's beautiful. All right. Now, I like also the fact that you had some support, whether it's church, whether it's your dad, whether it's your sister. So, were those the key people in your life to help you along the way? And how do you feel that they impacted your journey?
They were the key people and they impacted my journey, I want to say very well, because if I'm going to be completely honest, I would just have to say that if it wasn't for them continuously encouraging me every single day, taking baby steps with me, taking their time with me. And also, I have to shout out my best friend, Marvin. He also played a very good role. He's also the godfather. If it wasn't for those people, I think it would have took me a little bit longer to get back to my normal self, only because I was so stuck in that's just what I wanted to do. I didn't want anything. And I feel like if I had to do this on my own with no support, it would have took me a little bit longer.
Yeah, support is very important. The people that commit suicide is because they don't have anyone to talk to. They feel all alone, and that's usually how the devil gets to you. By telling you you're all alone and nobody loves you. But yeah, when you have people that are there for you, that that love you unconditionally, it helps you to get back up, right? Yeah, so that's great. So so your message basically is for anybody that's reading your book, that to tag the people that are in your life and utilize support. Is that why the message is in your book?
Yes, ma'am. Even if your support system it doesn't necessarily have to be family. It could be a friend. It could be your pastor. It could be, a mentor. Any type of support counts.
Right. Yes, that's true. Right. So yeah, especially when you're in a dark place, right? So that's good. Now, what does redemption mean to you personally, and how do you believe others can find their path to redemption? I know we touched on it. We talk about resilience, bouncing back, but what about this word redemption? And maybe here we can touch a little bit on, you talked about your cycle of abuse. Can you, for someone that's listening that has gone through abuse and they're all alone, they have a baby or whatever is happening, in their lives. But So we're talking here about resilience and redemption. What's your advice to them on those two issues?
So, redemption to me basically means deliverance or rescue, right? And my advice to someone who's going through something like that is no matter how long it takes, whatever it is you have to do, take your time and do it just so that you get through it. Because if you allow yourself to continuously consume the sorrows and the bad things that has happened to you, and you don't try at least a little bit just to move forward so you can see a better day or the light of day, then you would be stuck in that position, and that wouldn't be very well for you. So I would just encourage them to kind of keep going, get up. If you have to look at yourself in the mirror every day, I would like for all the women who's listening, baby, no baby, abuse, no abuse, maybe physical, maybe mentally, maybe verbally. I just want them to know that they are very beautiful and anything is possible through Christ. Just continue to go.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, good. Yeah, I can tell that this yearbook is a very powerful book. Yes, yes, you speak like for someone that's gone through and you're now on the other side. Yes, and when people are going through, they just need hope that I can get to the other side. Get up every morning, like you said, and do the things, even if you don't want to do it. One of the things I would add to that is get some sunshine, do something that you love doing, and definitely, yes, spirituality is very important, whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim or whatever religion you are, encompass the spiritual part of it, because spirituality talks to your mind, it talks to your spirit, right? And the only way that you can move through these types of situations is if you hold on to hope and hold on to, a higher power. So that's great. All right. So that's beautiful. So what is the message or takeaway that you hope readers will gain from reading your book? And how do you envision it helping those who might be facing their own struggles?
One of the messages or takeaways I do want the readers to gain from reading Unbroken is that no matter how big, how small, or what it is you're going through, there is always a way out. There's always light on the other side of your situation waiting for you. Walk the path. Take the steps bit by bit if you have to. Whatever you have to do, just remember there is always light. There is always a better day coming ahead. There is always something better coming along for you. Just take the steps.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But something, a lot of times when you're in it, you don't actually believe that. So I'm glad that, one of the reasons that people write books and one of the reasons people tell their stories and their testimony is to encourage someone else. So we learn by, listening to stories, and we learn by saying, if God can do it for her, he can do it for me, and that kind of thing. So that's great. So I commend you for writing this book to try to help someone else that is going through or in the position that you were in before. And how old is your daughter now?
She's going to be 3 years old in June.
All right. So this was a 3-year journey for you, or 2.5, or however long it took you to write the book. So that is great. All right. So yes, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, taking the steps and getting up and, eating and taking a shower and looking towards the lights and not towards darkness. I love it. All right. So how can listeners pick up a copy of your book, and how can they connect with you? I'm not sure if you're in social media. You can give your social media handles. if you have a website for your book, then you can also share it here.
So, in order to purchase your copy, for the listeners to purchase their copy of the book Unbroken, they can go on Amazon. I now have the hard copy, the paperback, and the Kindle version available. Also on barnesandnobles.com, the Kindle version and the paperback is available. My Instagram to connect with me, it would be _ pretty GYALNYEE.
So that's pretty GYALNYEE.
Yes, me.
Okay. And that's Instagram?
Yes, me.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. All right, guys. Yes, I am so happy to, highlight and showcase Unaya's book, Unbroken, a story of resilience and redemption. As she said, you can pick up a copy on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. You can also connect with her on Instagram. I will have a transcript of my conversation with Unaya on the show page, which is myhelps.us. You can also watch this interview on YouTube and pick up a copy of her book, support her. If you are in that space right now where you need some encouragement, then definitely this is a good way for you to see how she did it, how she got over the cycle of abuse, how she got to the other side. So thanks again, Unaya, for being on the show. I'm glad that you, as a woman of color, has transcended your story and got to the other side, especially good for your daughter. I'm glad that she's 3 years old now and both you and her are doing well. So as we wrap up, any last words?
I just want to say once again to everybody who's listening, to all the women out there, please remember you are loved, you are beautiful, you are somebody. Thank you, Myrna, for allowing me to come here on the show.
Okay, oh, that's beautiful. Yes, you are loved, you are somebody, regardless of if someone tries to make you feel that you're not someone. Yes, you've got to believe that. Yes, so it's been a pleasure talking to you, Unaya. Good luck in your book, and I was happy to showcase and highlight it on Author's Corner. So best of luck. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, namaste.